Lined up. Jump away. Warningford jumped out rather, perhaps a bit too boldly for Richard Quinn's liking, and he's reining that horse back, running over a longer trip today. Trans Island, often a front runner, is the first to go on now. From Indian Lodge on the inside, then Al Mushtarak, who's racing keenly. Out wide is Handsome Ridge, last year's winner. Warningford taken back by Richard Quinn, and Mujahid also looking on in rear as they race through the early stages at what looks to be a fairly gentle pace, and it's Trans Island who's taking a strong enough tug at the reins in front. From Indian Lodge on the inside of Al Mushtarak, who also strains those reins. Out wide, Handsome Ridge, the back two, Warningford, and finally Mujahid with the big white face. Swinging right-handed, and it's still Kieran Fallon making the running on Trans Island, this horse having his first run of the season, followed by Indian Lodge, last week's Newmarket winner in second place, the inside of Al Mushtarak, the 98 winner of this prize. Back to Warningford on the inside from Handsome Ridge, and then the last one to turn in is Mujahid, the favourite. Indian Lodge at 9-4, poised to pounce on the inside of the leader Trans Island as they now start for the drive home. Half the field coming over to the stand side. Warningford is tracking the front two on the far side. Al Mushtarak has burst clear on the stand side ahead of Handsome Ridge and Mujahid, so racing wide apart inside the final quarter mile. On the far side, Indian Lodge is tackled again by Trans Island rallying. Warningford back in third. Meanwhile, on the stand side, Al Mushtarak has skipped a long way clear of his two pursuers inside the final furlong. Indian Lodge making the best of his way home on the far side from Trans Island. Al Mushtarak with a bit to find down the centre, and it's Indian Lodge who's looking for four on the run here, and Indian Lodge is scooting clear to win the KLM UK mile from Trans Island in second. Al Mushtarak only third, then Warningford from Mujahid, and Handsome Ridge, last year's winner, was last home this year. Well, this is a horse on a real roll, Indian Lodge, delighting connections, a real star for Amanda Perrett, racing in the colours of Seymour Cohen, whose manager is the ex-jockey Jimmy Linley. Amanda Perrett, who trains down at Pulborough in West Sussex. Mick Kinane in the saddle again on Indian Lodge, as he was at Newmarket last week when this horse won the Earl of Sefton Stakes. And he stayed on the right side as things turned out up the straight. Three of the runners searching for better ground on the wide outside of the track. But Indian Lodge, who clearly relishes plenty of cut in the ground, continues to progress, the 9-4 favourite, and another convincing win for him. Trans Island ran a game race in second, making the running, but didn't give in when he was headed. He went down fighting all the way, and Al Mushtarak was a long way clear of the others on the stand side, but that might not have been the place to be.
Well, another smart performance this from Indian Lodge. He's won this with a little bit of in hand, and it's nice to see Amanda Perrett have something really worth looking forward to. He's not stopped improving, this horse. They've got double the amount of horses in training this year. They've got 60 this season. Plenty to look forward to. Trans Island, Kieran Fallon got him in front and then took a little bit of a tug. There were plenty that were pulling him much too hard for their own good in behind. But Mick Kinane never further than a length away from Trans Island, and when he's given this horse the offing, he's gone about and done the job nicely.
Yeah, he really has. Actually, he comes up the hill not dissimilar, obviously that little bit quicker than Nimello in our previous race. Runs on really well. 20 years ago, Guy Harwood's career as a trainer really took off big time when Tuagori Moo won the Solario Stakes. And 20 years on, Guy may have given up, but his daughter's doing the job almost as well. And our horses are absolutely flying now. Mushtarak didn't have much to follow. He came wide, which is usually the better ground.